Welcome, welcome to Grown Men Chopping It Up with J.R. Ryder and Kerry with the K. This is a grown-up place for grown-up talk. Put the kids to bed and crank up the volume. And let's get to it.
Today's episode is brought to you by our friends in Hawaii who originated the Honolulu handshake, the act of a nun swimming underneath someone at a beach and then giving them a hand job to the immense surprise and delight of the recipient. The Honolulu handshake has alternatively been referred to as the sister tickle, the Pope grope, the penguin peekaboo, the Miami heresy, and somewhat less creatively, the surprise nun wiener yank. That sounds like fun.
Well, yeah, we appreciate the new sponsor.
All the way from Hawaii.
All the way from Hawaii.
Honolulu handshake.
Yep, the Honolulu handshake. Hey, so we back.
We back at him, another one.
So let's just jump into it. You want to start it off? You want me to?
Oh no, you go ahead.
All right, I'll start it off today. So this is how mine came in. This is a question that I sent out, and it's hello, grown men. I'm new to this new age dating. So this guy I met online invited me out on a date. He lives about 45 minutes away. So he asked me, did I like Mexican food? I said yes. Wait, did I do this one already?
I don't know. Yeah. We can finish hearing
it. Did I like the movies? I said yes. And then he said either he pays for the movie and I paid for dinner, or vice versa.
Oh, no, we haven't heard this one.
Okay. I thought this was totally disrespectful because I'm driving to him and he invited me out. Am I wrong, or is this how dating is?
And is it their first date?
First date. She met him online. He lives about 45 minutes away. She was going to drive to him. And he says, hey, do you like Mexican food? Of course, most girls do because they're fat. And then he says, do you like the movies? She says yes. And then he said either he pays for the movie and I pay for dinner, or vice versa. She felt disrespectful because she's driving to him and he invited her out.
I think as far as with the women's liberation movement, they're being all independent with Beyonce and all this crap. I think it's fair to him because everybody's pocket situation ain't the same.
Right.
Because I think historically women will go out on multiple dates and get fed and get all this entertainment for free.
Right.
It shouldn't be like that anymore.
It's a new age. Right?
That's right. Women can do what we can do, right?
But I do think she's driving 45 minutes. Gas isn't cheap. He wants to see her.
If he wants to reach around, he'll pay for everything.
But I think that it's fair because he's offering, at least half. And movies are expensive.
Yeah, they are.
2 movies, regular, popcorn. I mean, he might be out $40-$50.
She can always get him back by ordering everything.
Order some shit to go.
Yeah, with pico de gallo on it.
All right, person 1. Oh, that's a good one. I'm old school. You ask me out, you paying, and the first time we go out, either meet me halfway or meet me there, or come and get me from a mutual place. If I want to take you somewhere, then I can't expect you to pay. But if you pull out your wallet, I'm not gonna fight. I'm gonna close my purse. If you want pure honesty. So see, that kills me when women keep with this I'm old school shit. Yeah. The thing I don't like about that is, what does you being old school mean? Like, he's not your boyfriend. Yeah. He doesn't really know you. He probably works hard for his money.
And old school contained courting.
Right.
So that meant that they were courting, which meant they weren't seeing nobody else.
Right, just them.
It's courting.
Right. And most of the dudes, when you start going old school, most of the dudes, the first time they were going to have sex or, continuously sex was probably with the one they married. Yeah. So courting you was a you were a flower.
You're looking forward to something.
Now you guys are just weeds.
Yeah.
So you're just everywhere. You're just growing all over the place.
When you write in, tell them that. Good Lord.
right?
Like just 30 weeks.
I mean, it's not coveted anymore. But it's not just from men.
Yeah.
Women feel this way.
Yeah.
If you tell a woman, you say, hey, you're going to date this guy for a year and you guys are not going to have sex, they're going to look at you like you're crazy.
Even though they talk all that craziness.
Yeah, but they're just as bad as men.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just one-sided.
No.
Okay. Person 2. Women can't have it both ways. They have to choose. If you want them to pay and treat you like a lady, then they have to act like a lady from the beginning. Driving 45 minutes to meet a man you don't know is not very ladylike. The man knows this, so he figures, why not let her pay? Just because men and women are financially able on equal terms nowadays doesn't mean our natural instincts of how to be a man or a woman have changed. A man's natural instinct is to protect and provide for a woman he loves. If you don't give that man an opportunity at the very beginning, he's not going to see you that way later. So she has to choose what kind of man she wants and how she wants to date. There's nothing wrong with women paying for dates or taking the lead and driving to meet him. He just has to understand that she is setting the tone for the relationship and not try to switch it up or get mad at him later. Yeah. So what she's saying is that if she goes out of her way, she can't stop doing that. But I think that's bullshit because we got to go out our way. Yeah. We don't want to open the door for you. You got there first. We want to walk out the door just like you.
We want to get out the ring just as fast.
Right. I mean, we sacrifice all that kind of stuff just because somebody said that we have to. Bullshit. And I think that there goes another one talking about gender roles. There are no more gender roles. Somebody asked me today, would my daughter to be married to a man and she got to take out the garbage? I was like, well, most likely the guy is going to be the person who's cooking. So most likely she might have to take out the garbage.
The least she can do it.
But I think when you try to put people in these roles, but you don't know why they're in these roles. Like, why do the guy take out the garbage? Because he's less important than she is?
Yeah, what's the whole reason behind it?
Like, why? What is it? Because it's something nice to do? The garbage bag was too heavy for her hands to lift? I mean, wonder if he does the cooking. There's a lot of relationships where the man does all the cooking. Yeah. So is that a gender role? It's like women always want to put you on the grill. Like, what if you like flipping up souffles and shit?
Right, you can't be doing anything.
Right, like, why are you, stuck because she wants you on the grill?
You might want to bake a cake.
You might want to bake a cake.
Cupcakes. Right,
but women like, oh, I like a man that cooks. Well, then that's changing gender roles. Mm-hmm. So then now do you take out the garbage? At what point makes it okay for you to take out the garbage?
What point can we get to where you take the garbage?
Right. Where is that at?
Maybe if you start doing her hair.
Okay. I don't think, person 3, I don't think it's wrong for people who are dating to do what he suggests, especially on a site. You guys know each other. You guys don't know each other, so I feel that's fair. If you are feeling some kind of ways because of the drive, maybe you should meet at a halfway place. Remember, you're trying to make a match, so don't already start complaining before that happens. Yeah. Right, and I think that's true too. Mm-hmm. I think if more people take a better attitude toward dating, and it's not all or nothing. Yeah. They're putting rules that are made for, it's the end. You guys are... How can you give somebody a role when they ain't even apply for the job?
From the very beginning.
So let it just be basic for a while.
Mm-hmm. Why not?
Okay. Person 5. I did 5 people that fast? Okay, no. That person that invites the other person pays point blank. The fact that one drive, that's another thing. They should have met halfway or he should have drove all the way to her. New age or not. I'm still wait. That's just me. See, there we go again with the old fashioned.
These people weren't even around then.
They have no idea.
The old fashioned way.
I'm old fashioned. You ain't old fashioned.
That means they only have sex missionary.
Right. Old fashioned thing. You ain't supposed to have sex until you married. Right. Girls got 4 kids.
Your dress is supposed to be past your knees.
Person number 5. Wait, huh? LOL. Is this real? I don't think there's a rule for this. It's a shared date. But if I ask them, I'm paying for the night. That's just me. Everyone is different. No right or wrong way. Just not. What's that word?
Expectations.
Or any level. Okay, so she's basically saying that if she or he, I forgot who I texted that to, but if she or he asks for the date, they're going to pay for it because they asked for it, but it's no expectations.
All right, so don't ask for nothing at the end of the day.
Right, you're not getting any.
That's crazy.
First meet, person 6. First meet should always be something simple like Starbucks or ice cream. Nothing that's going to cost a lot. Because if it's hurting his, as a dude, work come hard. You get up at the crack of dawn, and just giving your money away when you don't even know this person. I don't know. I'm not that hard up for somebody to eat with.
Yeah, you bought my damn self.
He bought my
food tastes better then.
So that's basically it. I just think that there's these people who keep saying old school and gender roles and I think if you're over 30 and you want old school, you need to date somebody 60 who was around when that was it, and it makes sense to him.
And you can't come into a relationship. It's not even a relationship.
It's not even a relationship.
Come into a date with those large expectations about what you deserve, because I don't know what you deserve because I just met you.
Right. I don't have a clue. Maybe after this one, I can say, oh yeah, she does deserve it.
Yeah, because you might not be shit.
Right.
You deserve nothing.
You most likely, I think that you don't.
It's a Happy Meal.
2 Happy Meals.
Take that.
All right, your topic.
All right, well, my atomic, not my atomic.
What's atomic?
It's an atomic. It blows up.
Oh, boom. Your atomic.
My topic is about micropenis.
Your atomic weapon?
My atomic micropenis.
What's an atomic micropenis?
It's small, but it's a grower.
Do you want to be a grower or a shower?
I'd rather be a shower.
So you rather you whip it out and that's just it?
Yeah, that's all I got. It's down to my knee. This is me.
This is it. I like being a grower.
You surprising me.
Yeah, surprising me. Poke him in the eye.
Like, oh my God.
It's keep going.
What is that? It's a weapon?
It's an elevator.
It's atomic.
All right, go.
Well, a micropenis is defined as a penis that measures less than 2.5 standard deviations below the mean average penis size when stretched and flaccid. The actual length would be about 2.5 inches.
Sounds like a big clit.
Right. The condition affects about 0.6% of men, and it's very rare. So what happens is the micropenis can actually be diagnosed during infancy, and they'd be able to give you some testosterone and fix it.
Oh.
But usually they don't do that. So there's no creams or injections or pills that are available online to help them. And that's the bad part.
But if they get it early, can they help?
Well, with the testosterone shots, while you're in the womb, it'll help the length, but it won't help the girth.
I guess my mama had a lot of testosterone.
She had a beard too. So men who have smaller penises often attribute that to other problems in their lives, which can lead to anxiety about relationships, depression, low self-worth, and the surgery won't produce the results that they want. So they have an interview with a guy called Jack. Jack is 29 years old from Fort Worth, Texas, and there's some questions that they asked him, and here were his answers. So the guy goes, how big is your penis? Jack goes, it's kind of varied some, but recently it's been about 3 inches at most.
3-inch killer.
At most though. When erect, and pretty much all head flaccid. Usually smaller than an inch with a wrinkle of flesh above. A minority of the time, it's an innie. That's fucking terrible. So he goes, when do you realize you had a micropenis? He said, I would say when I was about 11. I seen all my friends naked and stuff and realized that I was a lot smaller than them. So he goes, how do you feel about it? I remember watching Scary Movie and there's this baby dick scene and I kind of thought, wow, I'm smaller than him. And at the same time, I kind of got a rush from realizing that. I think the nickname Baby Dick really stuck in my mind. And I've always thought of myself as a baby dick, I suppose. So he's like, so
we're just going to play this story over and over again. This is the best yet.
So the guy goes, so it became a fetish? He goes, yeah, I really think it developed as a kind of subconscious reaction to deal with insecurities and that sort of thing. And then he says, I dated a dominatrix and I loved her to tie me up, tease me about my baby dick, tiny dick, teeny weeny, and useless worm. It's an amazingly thrilling combination. I even let her fuck me in the ass with a strap on. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
I no longer want to listen to this.
Proving that she could be more of a man and have a bigger dick than me, a pathetically small baby dick. So he says, when was the first time you had a sexual encounter? I was about 18 when I first got a blowjob, and 19 when I first had sex. The first time I got a blowjob, when I pulled out my dick, it was really kind of awkward. You could tell she was really surprised that I was small and kind of laughed about it. The first time we had sex, she had known for a while that I was on the smaller side, so it was an enjoyable experience. So now he asks me, is it a handicap sexually? And he goes, I would say that it's kind of a handicap in some ways, but I would say most guys who are on the smaller side kind of make up for it in other ways as far as orally. The last question is, he said, what's your sex life now? He said, I've been married for 5 years now, and it's been about 2 months since the last time we had sex. It's kind of mixed because of my small penis humiliation fetish. Sometimes my wife will also help as far as role playing, just kind of talk about your dick is so small and mock my perceived inadequacy. So there's women that say guys have a small dick, but this 2.5 inches is an actually small dick. So I don't think they're talking that small when they say small.
Right. Wow. So what were your experience with your little dick? Like
it's little from the ground.
Have you ever had an experience with somebody, that
with a little dick?
Or
No.
Or somebody who made you feel like you had a little dick?
I had a girl that thought my dick wasn't hard enough, which was, I mean, that fucks with your mind. Because the first time we had sex, it was, I was medium soft, I call it. So the next time, she was like, I don't really know if I want to do it.
I'm okay.
And I was like, no, I'll be better.
I'll be better, I promise.
She was like, okay, well, you better be rock hard. Imagine the pressure from that. That was a lot of fucking pressure.
Did you pull it through like a champ?
I did. I exercised. I made sure my stomach was empty. Fucked her like I was hungry.
You put a sandwich on the table and said you can't get it unless you finish it.
Right. But it was a lot of fucking pressure. But I've never been accused of being small though. Even when they're mad.
I had that's how I knew this girl I was dating was cheating on me, because we used to do it, and it was just like so much room, and I was just really like, wow, am I just that bad? And so I just for like a while I just was like, damn, maybe I'm not as good as I thought.
I got micropenis.
Right. And so then I guess, eventually she stopped cheating on me. And all of a sudden, like after...
Touching some walls.
Right. It's like, it was super tight again. I was like, wow, that guy must have really had a big penis.
Wrecking shot.
Well, for a long time I thought it was me. I was like, I've never had this complaint, but...
Wait a minute.
Maybe it's me.
Maybe she was a cavern.
Yeah. From the anything else about small penises?
Oh no, that's pretty.
Are you gonna put your penis on the website?
No, I already had myself in the tub. I didn't show my penis.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna show up and show out.
No, show them on my shower.
Yeah. So our last podcast, do you remember what it was about?
No.
Oh. Well, I got some of the responses.
Oh, I might jog my memory.
Right. I got some of the responses from the podcast. And because I wanted some feedback on some of the stuff that we do or whatever, so I'm just going to take a few minutes and give you guys a little feedback. First one, person wants to say, interim podcast, and the suggestion regarding transparency in a relationship was pretty good. Still don't remember?
Oh, I remember that.
Okay. So they were like, it was a good idea. And I do think transparency, remember I was saying you could do certain things. Mm-hmm. Okay. Next person said, LOL. Okay, yeah, that one works. I'm gonna listen to them in full later on. But I know that last one's gonna be funny. Dirty dick hands. Laughing my ass off. Yuck.
That's the sponsor.
So this is from M Bird. She says, J Bird asked me to listen to the show. I skipped the dick in the hand and dildo part. Wow. I like Kerry's top 6. Very nice. I like Jay advice about friends with benefits. Friends should be able to speak their mind. I don't think a man really cares about her feelings, and that's a learning curve for her, Jay Bird. I do not agree with your couples list. Things which you are describing, codependency, and not healthy in a relationship. You have to stay away from, I would love it if you did, because it's not on my list of what I want in a mate. The point of being in a relationship is to add to your already existing happiness. The minute you turn to your partner with things they can change is the minute you need to look inside and figure out why. Relationships are a mirror, and we project the things that are not right within ourselves onto our partners. Now, with that being said, I do agree that single people should make a list of their qualities that they would like to have in a partner. Then they need to look in the mirror and make sure they have all the same values.
Now,
so do you agree with what I was describing as codependency and not in a healthy relationship? You should stay away from, I would like if you did this. I think that's just expressing something that you might like that they don't know.
Yeah.
But
depends on how they receive it too.
Yeah, depends on how they receive it. Whatever. I'm not listening to no damn relationship advice, especially from the kind that's sponsored by Rocks You Skip.
Hey, that's a good sponsor.
Y'all both sound crazy, but it was entertaining. LOL. Last person. I listened to a few podcasts. Good stuff. I enjoy the topics and the openness of discussion. Things us women wonder about. I need to learn how to speak English.
Yeah.
Things us women wonder about, but never really hear from an honest man perspective.
Oh, you want honesty, huh?
Yeah, we don't love the most. The podcast was cool. Y'all doing your thing. That was the last person.
I like that.
So that was kind of like some feedback from the last episode that people said.
Yeah, it's crazy when once we do them, the day after or day before. If I don't listen to it right away, I kind of forget what I was talking about.
I kind of blend in the podcast with like real life. So sometimes people will walk up to me and they'll be like, "Oh shit, I would have put my finger in the butt," and I'm looking at them like, "Why were you putting fingers in people's butt for?" They're like, "Remember on the show?" I'm like, and I don't know if it was a conversation that we just had regular, or if it was something from. And so we've covered so much stuff that it's hard to remember what nobody don't know about.
It's like over a year or two's worth of material.
Yeah, so when they come up talking about, oh yeah, I would have did the same thing, dog. I'm like, what? Who are you?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Put your hands out your pockets.
You got dirty dick hands.
Yeah, dirty dick hands. All right, what you got?
Well, okay, my second topic is actually I was discussing something on Facebook with one of your friends about how I said
I don't have any friends. Just people I know.
Evan doesn't have any friends. I was saying that people that are married are actually more happy. Well, I said women that are married are more happy than single women.
Okay.
So here I'm talking because I'm just defending my point, as I've always said. But it turns out a new study says that women that are single are actually seem to be more happy and healthy than married women.
Right. There was a study years and years ago, and it says married men live longer than married women. Single women live longer than single men.
Right. I can believe that. Single men try to kill themselves every day.
Look at this.
Let me try this shit.
Smell this.
So this is a study that's about to be published in the Journal of Women's Health, and it provides fresh evidence regarding that. So they studied more than 79,000 women.
Wow. Is that many women out of the kitchen?
Right. And that I haven't fucked yet.
But why are they out of the kitchen? Why do they have time for a survey?
They did it over 3 years, so I guess at some point they went in the kitchen.
Do you think they did it while stuff was in the oven?
Right.
So they had time?
Where did they have time to do that?
Right.
They had to put shoes on. 79,000 women were studied over a 3-year period as they stayed unmarried, got married, or entered a relationship that was like marriage, stayed married, or got divorced and separated. These women were between the ages of 50 and 79. Why the fuck were they so old?
I guess because they've been through enough.
God damn, they was old.
You know, women mature slower than men.
Right. These women were between the ages of 50 and 79, recruited from 40 places across the U.S., and they were all post-menopausal.
Yeah.
That means something.
Yeah, they weren't crazy yet.
Women who had become widowed were not included.
Yeah, because they just angry.
In the study, actual physical measurements of blood pressure, waist circumference, and BMI were taken by trained professionals. These measures were supplemented by participants' reports of their drinking, smoking, exercising, and eating habits. Here's what changed when unmarried women got married.
Here we go.
After they got married, their BMI increased.
Yeah. I can agree.
After they got married, they drank more.
Uh-huh.
After they got married, their systolic blood pressure increased. And their diastolic blood pressure decreased over the 3-year period for those who stayed single and those who were married, but it decreased less in those who got married. So here's what changed when married women got divorced or separated compared to the women who stayed married.
I think I already know where this is going.
Their BMI decreased. Their waist size decreased.
Wow.
Their diastolic blood pressure decreased more for women who got divorced. Improvements in healthy eating were greater for the women who got divorced.
You preaching.
Physical activity increased for women who got divorced.
Wow. Wow.
Among those who were not smoking at the beginning of the study, women who got divorced were most likely to start.
Man, you preaching now, boy.
And among those who were already smoking at the start of the study,
Preach, my brother.
those who were divorced were not more or less likely to stop
catching
smoking
the Holy
than
Ghost.
those who stayed married.
Oh, catching the Holy Ghost.
So that means when you get divorced, you start taking care of yourself. You start taking care of your body.
Hey, somebody asked me, could you sing?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
No.
They were like, yeah, can Kerry with a K sing? And I was like, I don't know.
Sometimes.
All right, you gonna sing something?
What should I sing?
I don't know.
God damn it.
You're on the spot.
There's so many songs out there.
Something quick.
All right. We were in love and now you tell me that you want to turn and walk away. All of my sunshine and happiness.
Isn't that the guy that age?
Turn to rainy days. How could you be in love so strong? And throw it all away. Promise to love me, never to leave me, forever and a day. Ow! No, he didn't die.
Oh. What group was that? The guy who died?
H-Town?
Yeah, no, he used to wear white. I think it was that song, The Ribbon in the Sky.
Well, yeah, one of the guys from that group died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the song you choose to sing?
Yeah, because after you hear it, you die. I got that lethal voice. Hearing me sing is like hearing Jesus.
I mean, we're in so much trouble anyway after this show. We've talked about, women being fat after. So to sum up what you were saying in your thing is that women who are single get bigger and their health gets worse.
As they get married, yeah.
And then
they give up on themselves.
They get married. Why do you think that there's such a change when women get married?
I think some of those women become codependent. And it actually takes the man to
leave,
push them to do right, to push them to do that stuff. Like, hey, you're getting a little chubby, baby. Work it out.
So
they get happy.
It's okay. I mean, him having a side chick is actually helping her,
right? Because the side chick's still single, so she's not getting fat.
And when the wife finds out, then she goes and works out because she wants to look like the side chick.
See, helping them.
Right.
Yeah,
so
blood pressure and everything.
Yeah, it's helping her blood pressure.
Mm-hmm. But if he does so much that they get divorced, then she starts smoking. And it didn't say smoking what either. She can start smoking sherm. It could be terrible.
It could be something totally not cool.
Yeah, angel dust. I want to know what they started smoking.
Wow. How many people were in the study?
79,000. That's a lot of people to keep track of.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, that's a big ass staple. What kind of pimp was holding them now?
All right, man. Let's wrap up this show, man.
Thank y'all for listening.
And we'll do it again.
And we've changed over to bi-weekly.
Yeah, bi-weekly.
Not bisexual.
What he said. What Micropenis man said.
2.5.
What was the commercial you did
Which one?
on Instagram?
Oh, with
You don't even know?
yeah, Shea Moisture.
What was the commercial about?
Oh, it's just about how I use it to make my skin and hair so soft and everything.
Yeah.
And they liked it.
Are you gonna be the new black spokesman?
We'll see. Hopefully. If they like the way my hair is shining, nigga.
All right, till next week.
All right.
Peace. So that concludes our show tonight. We know there's a lot of podcasts you could be listening to,
And should be listening to.
so we thank you for riding with us. I'm J.R. Rydha.
And I'm Kerry with a K. Make sure you look us up on Facebook or Instagram, or get at us on grownmenchoppingitup@gmail.com. That's spelled out GROWNMENCHOPPINGITUP. And remember, everybody kneeling ain't praying.
Peace.